I like this movie better than the sequel, but it still wasn't great. There's a lot of amazing kills. Um, Probably some better from the original, but the movie itself isn't better than the original. Um, we have a tanning bed kill, which a lot of people, when they think of tanning bed kills, will probably think of Final Destination 3. But this movie actually came out a year before Final Destination 3, not to mention, obviously, production. Um, this movie came out in 2005, Final Destination 3 came out in 2006. So we have a tanning bell kill in this movie. Um, it's nowhere near as iconic as Final Destination 3, but it's still really good. The movie's kind of convoluted and all over the place. They treat a roofie as a prank not once but twice, like way more than that, but they use it as a thing in two different situations. And then describe it as a prank. They said, well, we wouldn't do something like that over a dumb prank. Like, what? Drugging someone is not a prank. Even if you didn't do anything to them, like abuse or sexual assault. Drugging is not a prank. I don't know why the movie acts like it's is. There's this guy Bill that's in a handful of scenes at the. He's a stepdad of the main characters, and I I called it. I knew he was the killer. I didn't put two and two together though. That the guy in the beginning was him. I just figured he was the killer. But it should have been obvious because Will and Bill are names that can be interchangeable, kind of like, how some people go by William, but they also go by Bill. For whatever reason, that is a thing, and everybody knows that. In the beginning of the movie, he's introduced as Willie, and they try and make you think one of the shithead characters, his dad, is the killer, but it's a red herring thing, even though we don't really see that guy that much. So yeah, Willie from the beginning is the stepdad Bill in the movie. Um, he kills David with like a Black Christmas like kill, the little bag over the head thing. And I genuinely didn't think David died there. I thought he was a fake out death. But apparently David is dead. Yet his sister doesn't really seem to care that much. Like, she doesn't really talk about him dying that much. I mean, the reason she comes out of hiding when he's looking for her, he's like, come on, I didn't mean to hurt you. I just have anger issues. I'm working on it. He's trying to get her to come out. She doesn't come out until he mentions that David is dead. So clearly she does care about her brother somewhat, but at the same time, it's very strange. The movie, how they summon Bloody Mary is really stupid. Not only do they not have the mirror, they mention how you're supposed to turn off the lights, but they're doing it with the lights on. They summon Bloody Mary while they're like looking at a ceiling, and they say Bloody Mary 3 times. Like, okay, that's so stupid. Um, but yeah, the kills throughout this movie are pretty good. It is a bit confusing at times. Um, the one character has, the typical horror movie thing where they don't want to go back to this place because it's been so long since they've been there and they can't face it. But it's school, so it sounds kind of silly when she says it. Like, oh, I haven't been to that school since 1969. Yeah, most people who graduate don't go back to their school unless they're becoming a teacher. So you're not exactly special in this situation. She also originally doesn't want to help the girl, even though it would be recovering one of, seemingly, at least her friends, if not her best friend's body. And she's hesitant to do it? Don't you want to give your friend peace? Whatever. That's kind of strange. But overall, it's a decent movie. But it doesn't even feel, to me anyway, like a movie that should have been in this series. Like, it's a bit strange. Especially since this one is a bit supernatural and the other two aren't. Like, it was just killers pretending to be supernatural. They mention the sequel a lot in this movie. They don't really mention the first one a lot, which is kind of strange. But yeah, this movie's all right.